tell you about some folks, the Houston Coalition for Life. So I think you will be amazed. They took a big blue bus, an MCI bus, and with donated funds, probably from a lot of you, they converted that bus to a mobile sonogram clinic. Over the last 3 years, about 3,000 ladies came into the bus at the invitation of our volunteers to get a free sonogram. Here's the big news. Of the 2,000 that were pregnant, 95% chose life over death.
Like, he'll just sit there and give a smile, then chill. He has this laugh that's so funny. It's like the calmest laugh I ever heard. It's like, and I'll be like, did you just laugh?
She hates to be on her stomach, but she does. When you put her on her stomach, she'll just roll over on her back and just kind of scooch and just find where she wants to be and get her toys. She's pretty much always just a smiling baby. She's a big blessing to me.
I know that he loves me. Like, sometimes he'll just come up to me and give me a hug or give me a kiss. It just melts my heart. I love that.
When Planned Parenthood moved to their new location in May of 2010 on the Gulf Freeway, we soon realized there wasn't a crisis pregnancy center or a pregnancy resource center where we could take women that we were able to turn away from Planned Parenthood. And it's very important to have a pregnancy resource center close to an abortion facility, because that puts all the resources that we need to show her her other options besides abortion, and hopefully ultimately lead her to the choice of choosing life for her unborn child.
So I was driving up there really to go to Planned Parenthood. And I saw the bus and I saw the ladies outside and they were just like, come in here, you get a free ultrasound. And I was just like, that sounds better. So I go in there and I go to the free ultrasound, and that's really how it started.
I was actually going to a Planned Parenthood to get an abortion. I was walking up into the location. They had some flyers, and they were saying that they were giving ultrasounds, and so I stopped. They were really nice. The nurse, she gave me an ultrasound when I remember on the ultrasound she typed in, "Hi, Mom," because it looked like he was waving.
Cheryl, the nurse, she was very, very sweet, very loving lady. And they had blankets that they gave away during, whenever women decide that they want to go through the process. So I got a little blanket, and it had a little note on it, about the baby and how it's a blessing.
After they leave that room, they're convinced that there is something different. Even if we're only able to show them a little circle, when they're very early, all we have is the gestational sac that we can show them. But they know that there's something there, and they're kind of changed.
It's very interesting to see the women's faces as they're laying here on the table that we do the ultrasound on, especially those moms who are going for an abortion or even have one scheduled the day we see them. They usually start off by closing their eyes, and then as we speak to them about their baby and say, "Oh, look, your baby's moving," and we call her baby a baby, she starts to peek out between her fingers, and pretty soon she's crying, and the next thing we know, she's laughing and smiling. So it's quite an emotional experience when we do the ultrasounds here for these women. They're truly amazed when we're able to show them their baby.
Once I seen the ultrasound, it pretty much made me change my mind. I was like, it's a life. I don't want to take it. God gave it to me, and who am I to take away life? So, yeah. Once I seen that, it was pretty much over.
It changed my decision. I was in a position in my life that I had to think about it, and it changed my decision. Being there in the situation that happened, it was a God thing to me. I needed to see what it was like to do something different than what I was wanting to do, It was just It was very emotional, and it changed every bit of my life. So
The bus, you know, that's where it started. And I went back to them, I want to say, maybe it was last month or the month before, and I brought flowers to them because they were the start. They were the start of me saying yes to my son instead of me going to Planned Parenthood and it being just, you know, flat out, you know, yeah, come on, let's do it. Give me the money. She gave me a blanket. I still have the blanket. And I made the first pictures that he took, I made him take a picture with the blanket because it was just like, I remember like that blanket was just like, they give you the blanket like you're gonna keep them.
Well, the most rewarding job is when they bring their babies back and actually bring them to the bus, and we can see actually the babies. So that is really, really rewarding. In fact, I can remember a girl who came back and said, I had my baby because of you, and then brought her mother, who was pregnant, who was thinking about an abortion, and convinced her mother not to have an abortion. And it was our only sibling that was going to be born. So that was very, very exciting.
It was funny that you contacted me because I was actually thinking about it a while ago when he turned 1. And I'm glad that I had him and that y'all stopped me and all of that.
All in all, I mean, I wouldn't give it up for anything. If I look at him and I'd be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I almost gave you up.
I can't even imagine not having her today, you know, and then all I could think of is how am I going to do this? But she's so worth it, you know. I was so scared at the time of what my life was going to be like, and you know, God has gone far and above what I ever expected to be able to have out of a daughter. And, you know, I thank God that I didn't make a different decision because I have her. I have such a blessing, you know, and I get to share her with whoever I want to share her with. But she's mine, you know, and she's well worth it, well worth the decision that I made.
There's hardly a dry eye in the bus when the women come back with their babies. And we've seen all these babies on the ultrasound, many of which who were scheduled to die on the actual day we did the ultrasound. And to have the mom come back just completely thrilled and happy and excited and appreciative of the help that she was able to receive and that she had her baby. And it's quite a blessing when they come back with their children. We try to take pictures of them. We've got a scrapbook with a lot of these babies' pictures in it. And there's nothing better than that. There really isn't.
Abortion is a lie. It is bondage presenting itself as freedom of choice. Only the truth can defeat the lie. And that's why the ministry of our big blue bus is so important. When that bus pulls up in front of Planned Parenthood, the truth has arrived. Our Lord Jesus cherishes each one of those beautiful lives. Isn't it amazing what a big blue bus on a little side street along a busy freeway in Southeast Houston can accomplish for life and for Jesus?